In the past 7 days, the Middle East has shifted from shadow conflict to open war. The United States and Israel have launched coordinated strikes against Iran. Iran has responded with missile salvos reaching far beyond its borders. International inspectors say they cannot verify whether Iranian enrichment has stopped, and American officials say they see signs of renewed nuclear activity. Meanwhile, Russian intelligence is accusing Western powers of nuclear escalation in Ukraine. This is the DEFCON Warning System. This is the DEFCON Warning System. Alert status for 1 p.m. UTC, Monday, 2nd March 2026, condition blue, DEFCON 4. There are currently no imminent nuclear threats at this time. However, there are events occurring in the world theater which require closer monitoring. In the early hours of 28th of February 2026, the United States and Israel initiated a coordinated military operation against Iran. The stated objective was to degrade Iranian military capability and prevent the advancement or reconstitution of a nuclear weapons program. Strikes reportedly targeted air defense systems, missile launch sites, command facilities, and strategic infrastructure across multiple regions of Iran. Both Washington and Jerusalem characterized the operation as preventative and necessary for regional security. Iran responded quickly with missile and drone attacks against Israeli territory and U.S. military positions in the Gulf. Casualty reports indicate military losses on both sides, though figures remain fluid. Civilian casualties within Iran have also been reported, including damage to non-military infrastructure. This marks the most direct military confrontation between the United States and Iran in years. Unlike proxy conflicts or limited retaliatory exchanges, this campaign involves declared objectives tied directly to nuclear capability. That framing matters. When military action is explicitly justified by alleged nuclear reconstruction, escalation pathways narrow. There are concerns about nuclear or radiological use by Iran against enemies such as the United States and Israel. Iran is suspected of having a nuclear program, and it is known that Iran has been enriching uranium beyond civilian use levels. Whether Iran has a working nuclear weapon is unknown, but it is not outside the realm of possibility. Some wonder why Iran has not used such a weapon by now if they actually have one. Theories differ, including ability to deliver or fear of retaliation. Nevertheless, citizens of Israel and the United States are advised to take precautions in the event of a nuclear or dirty bomb release. Additionally, the public should pay attention to developments, as Iran's statements can be seen as a bellwether as to how desperate the country is becoming. This advisory is only precautionary. There is no evidence of imminent nuclear use at this time. On 25 February 2026, the Vice President of the United States stated that American intelligence services had identified evidence suggesting Iran was attempting to rebuild aspects of a nuclear weapons program. The administration has not publicly released detailed intelligence. This claim forms a central pillar of the strategic rationale for the strikes. It is important to distinguish between enrichment activity and weaponization. Enrichment alone does not constitute a weapons program, but it reduces breakout timelines if weaponization decisions are made. At the same time, the International Atomic Energy Agency has stated that it has not been allowed sufficient access to verify whether Iran has suspended all enrichment-related activities. This is a significant procedural issue. When inspectors cannot verify suspension, ambiguity increases. Ambiguity in nuclear matters drives worst-case planning. Worst-case planning drives preemptive doctrine. The risk here is not immediate detonation. The risk is compressed decision cycles under incomplete information. In retaliation for the attacks against Iran, Iran has launched multiple missile salvos targeting Israeli territory and U.S. assets in the region. More notably, reports indicate missiles were launched on trajectories directed toward European airspace. There's no confirmed impact within sovereign European territory at this time. However, the act of projecting ballistic capability toward Europe marks a rhetorical and strategic expansion of the conflict. Missile signaling at that range alters deterrence calculations. European states now face the possibility, even if remote, of being drawn directly into a conflict originally framed as regional. Strategic geography is widening. Within the United States, political debate has intensified. Closed-door briefings reportedly indicated that intelligence did not show an imminent Iranian attack against U.S. forces prior to the strikes. Critics argue that the operation constitutes a war of choice rather than a response to an immediate threat. Legislative efforts are underway to clarify or restrict executive war powers in relation to Iran. Why does this matter for nuclear stability? Because sustained military operations require political durability. If domestic consensus fractures, war aims may shift, timelines may compress, and strategic signaling may become inconsistent. In nuclear crises, inconsistency is destabilizing. Additionally, experts believe that should the government of Iran survive intact, it would refocus its energy into nuclear weapons development as a deterrent against future attack. Separately, Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service has claimed that the United Kingdom and France are preparing to assist Ukraine in acquiring a nuclear weapon or radiological device. Both London and Paris have categorically denied these accusations, calling them baseless. Ukraine remains a signatory to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and has no declared nuclear weapons program. This development appears consistent with information warfare rather than confirmed proliferation. However, nuclear rhetoric, even when unfounded, contributes to escalation narratives. Nuclear language shapes public psychology shapes political decision-making. The danger is not the propaganda that Russia is using to justify its war with Ukraine to the public, but whether or not the Russian government believes its own propaganda. Should Russia believe Ukraine is seeking nuclear weapons, this changes the calculus significantly. The DEFCON Warning System is a private intelligence organization which has monitored and assessed nuclear threats by national entities since 1984. It is not affiliated with any government agency and does not represent the alert status of any military branch. The public should make their own evaluations and not rely on the DEFCON Warning System for any strategic planning. At all times, citizens are urged to learn what steps to take in the event of a nuclear attack. If this had been an actual attack, the DEFCON Warning System will give radiation readings for areas that are reported to it. Your readings will vary. Official news sources will have radiation readings for your area. For immediate updates, visit www.defconwarningsystem.com. Breaking news and important information can be found on the DEFCON Warning System Community Forum and on the DEFCON Twitter feed, DEFCON WS Alerts. You may also subscribe to the DEFCON Warning System mailing list. Note that Twitter updates may be subject to delays. The next scheduled update is 1 p.m. 9th of March 2026. Additional updates will be made as the situation warrants, with more frequent updates at higher alert levels. This concludes this report of the DEFCON Warning System.